Alrighty. Alrighty. And let's see here now. Back to this screen. Hey, looks like we're live. Damn, I didn't even have to refresh. That's surprising. Let's get the chat popped out. There we go. Get it over here. Oh, and I have, oh, there we go. Try it again. There we go. Yeah. Excuse me. And we'll get it on live chat so we can actually see what's going on. And there's Josh. Hey, buddy. How you doing today? Ooh. I was afraid of this. Looks like we're going to have a little bit of a weak signal today. And there's Wicked Vapor. How you doing, buddy? Thanks for dropping by. Looks like we're going to have a little weak signal today. I was afraid of that because the weather's kind of nasty out here. And it's just cloudy and raining, light rain, but that really, really messes up my main internet connection. And on a day like today, you know, I like watching YouTube on my big screen TV, and if the internet goes off, it's just a normal occurrence out here. And there's Adrian. How you doing, buddy? Adrian's coming to us all the way from the UK, I believe. Appreciate you coming by. Long ass trip. There's Andrew. I think he comes to us from the UK also. Mr. Intense. You know, sometimes I think I'd be better off in the UK myself. But y'all just, you know, even though it's a little cold and raining out here today, you know, it's like it only does that maybe 10 days out of the year. And I don't think I could deal with y'all's weather. I just, I mean, yeah, I know you got quite a few pretty days over there, but you know, they don't call this the Sunshine State for nothing. I had never looked it up, but I think we get over 300 days of sunshine every year. But there are times I think I'd be better off in the UK. At least you're a little more. And the current political environment over here, I think there's sometimes our system works better and there's sometimes your system works better. Right now, I think your system's working a little better than ours. There's Corgith. Hey, Bill. Yeah. Why in the hell am I reading the chat? How you doing, buddy? Thanks for coming by. Mr. Corgith. Speaking of YouTube, briefly, I see I see y'all's, and you know I'm playing, okay? You know I'm playing. But I see y'all's favorite buddy, Vic, is back on, I think the last video he had was, he was begging for, or I shouldn't say begging, he was asking. He was asking for more money. You guys need to send Vic more money. And kick some Jay Hayes' way while you're at it. Oh. Oh. Well, that's a good deal, Josh. You can, you know, I really don't care if you kind of just write it out without putting any .coms in there. You can say where you got them from. Because I still get most of mine from Flavor Jungle. I hadn't ordered any in a long time, but that's where I would order if I needed to order some more at the moment. Yeah, Josh, he's done a couple of videos like that. We need to pay for his office rental. Studio. I'm sorry. Studio rental. I think I've got the least vape budget of anybody, any reviewer or anybody that does lives. So I look at this the same way I do vaping. We're going to do it the cheapest way possible. We're going to get the best quality we can get with the cheapest amount of money spent. Because I remember when it was like a damn, and if it's a hobby, okay, I can kind of go for it. But I remember when all the vape reviewers, because, you know, we've been doing this a long time, went to the 4K. Everybody had to have a 4K camera. And I'm going, do you really need to count the pores on my nose? Do you really need to do that? You know, is that really necessary? Yeah, I didn't fall down that rabbit hole. Yeah, that's amazing how many rabbit holes there are out there. And hell, you can't walk out of your yard without breaking your ankle going down a damn rabbit hole. I tell you, it's amazing. Now let me tell you, talking about rabbits. True story. True story. Okay. We got rabbits out here in the desert, just little cottontail rabbits. We got great big old jackrabbits too, but they are, you know, extremely skittish. Now the little cottontails, you know, they're, you know, if you leave them alone, they'll get to where they don't, you know, they're not that scared of you. Anyhow, my big Chevrolet 1-ton truck that I used to pull my race trailers with, well, that's what out here, I use it to go get some water once a week. And the other day I said, well, hell, you know, been a while since I checked the oil. I raised the hood. It's full grown, and it's an old truck. It's an 88 model. You know, got the big round air cleaner, normal looking, old fashioned air cleaner. I raised the hood. Here's this full grown damn rabbit camped out on top of that air cleaner. And I shoot it away, and it run off, you know, and I'm going, you know, mice and whatnot. Now, yeah, you expect that out here in the country, and especially in the desert. You know, you got to keep a little bit. I keep a little bit of rat poison out. A lot of people, you know, they don't. Oh, they're woke and they don't want to hurt but the little fuckers chew up my goddamn wires and spark plug wires, ignition wires, all kinds of shit on my truck. Yeah, a little bit of poison takes care of that. But anyhow, here's this full-grown rabbit sitting up there on top of my damn air cleaner. It just blew my mind to a degree. And so sure enough, about the next, just the other day, about a week later, I said, well, shit, start to go get water again. So I said, well, hell, I pull the hood. Here, the damn rabbit's back. I'm serious. The damn rabbit's back. He's camped out. He's made him a home on top of that air cleaner. Totally blew my mind. Little mice and, rats, it's common, but full grown rabbit, that's a little different. Ooh, wind is howling out there today. That's not the wind. That's something else. What's today? Oh, I bet that's a. Hold on, let me go see what's going on. Be right back. Oh, well, I have no idea what the hell that noise was. Earthquake. We had a tremor, I guess it was. Uh, I, I don't, a year ago or so. I lose track of time. Anyhow, it was a real earthquake up close to Vegas, which is, I don't know, 100 miles away, I guess. Anyhow, I was sitting in my recliner. And it's one of those, rocking recliners, but it doesn't really rock if you don't, even once you click it back far enough, it kind of quits rocking. So anyhow, I'm sitting there watching TV, and all of a sudden, the recliner starts rocking all on its own. I'm going, what the hell's going on? And it was a little bit of a tremor from that bigger quake they had up there up there close to Vegas. And that was it, about, I don't know, 15 seconds. And that was it. I got no damage from it whatsoever. I mean, nothing even rattled the, glasses, dishes, cabinet, or whatever. Nothing made any noise. You didn't even know it happened, except, like I say, the recliner just rocked a little bit, and that was about it. No cracks, no nothing. But when I built my house, there's two ways, really, in my opinion, of building a house: a pier and beam foundation, or you float your slab, or unless you want a wood floor thing, which, in my opinion, is totally out of the question. Of course, no basement. So anyhow, what I prefer to do is I like to float my concrete slab on a bed of sand. That way, the dirt underneath, which could be clay, it could be, it's whatever's there. Okay, if it moves, this bed of sand will give you a little shock absorber effect, and you'll have less cracks in your foundation and things along that way. That's the way I preferred it. That's the way I did mine here. To me, that's just the better way of doing it. Now, I think if you get, you know, you can only do buildings so big that way. Uh, and they say you can't do it up north where it's real, real cold. They say you got to go down and get below the frost line. I don't know. I've never built anything in that kind of environment. But anyhow, back to poor old Vic. Vic needs some money. Y'all guys need to send him some money. And there's Neil. He made it. Hey, Neil. I'm gonna send this bad weather your way here in just a little bit. It's a little chilly and a little rainy here today. We're gonna send it your way, buddy. Now what have I got? Oh yeah. Okay. Now I noticed somebody posted in the comments just a few minutes ago, maybe an hour by now. I think from probably the last live, they posted that they got their hands on one of those miso AIOs, and they said they liked it over the pulse. Just passing that along. I hadn't checked to see, I hadn't looked in forever. I guess maybe now, eventually you can actually get one if you order it. It's one that's from Steam Crave. But you can actually get them now if you order one. I remember I mentioned it one time, and I don't remember if it was a yeah, Neil, it's amazing. I mean, when I was a little kid, it wasn't nothing come April to get hail and tornadoes. But you didn't get it call it February, 1st of March. You didn't get them in the wintertime, and you do nowadays. It's amazing. The weather has changed a little bit. Well, now, Josh, tell us the truth. How long you been waiting on that frame? Or did you just put in the thing for it? Luckily, mine ain't in here. It's in by my recliner. Mine's still fine. Mine hadn't cracked. Hadn't done nothing. Actually, besides the first pulse RBA tank leaking like a broke Coke bottle. Oh, they're getting snow over on the mountains. It very seldom, or if ever, snow at my house is like a 10-year event because of the elevation. But you can step out my front door and look at the mountains, and there's snow on top of them. But there's 7,000 feet, so it's no big deal. That's normal. But no, we're just getting some light rain, wind. Medium rain right now because I can hear it. No big deal. Well, that's good, Josh. I might quit ragging on them so bad if they're still doing that. Now, I'll tell you what, it amazes me that, I'll tell you what, before we get off on that, since we're still on vaping, I have another picture. Some of y'all might have seen this. Let me see if I can pull it up. Now, if you caught ST show, I think, well, no, that's not, maybe. I don't remember. Anyhow, Mark had this damn disposable, and I don't think he was joking. I think it was something somebody seen him, but it was huge. It was like that big around fat. It looked like a baby sipping bottle, and that was just unbelievable. That, he said that he didn't think they were going to actually produce it. And this popped up on my Twitter. Let me see if I can bump it up here. This should be it. Let me pull it up. Yeah. Can y'all see that picture? This popped up on my Twitter feed from Watofu, and this is not a bottle of juice. This is a disposable, I assume, that looks exactly like a bottle of juice. Because if you take that image and you zoom in on it, it starts telling you about the mesh coil that's in it and this, that, and another. And I think it's an actual disposable. And it blew my mind. Why would you make a disposable? It looks like a goddamn juice bottle. I mean, really? Really? I mean, I just don't think China understands how bad they're burning their bridge, or care. And they probably don't. And, I can understand that. But let me know in the chat right quick if that picture popped up. I assume it did. I think there's a way I can test it. Hold on. Let me see. Let me play just a second. Yeah, it popped up. Okay. All right. Okay. I forgot. Hey, I'm doing good to I'm doing real good to manage all this. Oh. Well, Josh, I never broke, but so I didn't have to deal with them, and I didn't, that little thing leaking. I mean, I fixed mine, the RBA miso. No, it's not miso. What the hell was it called? The Pulse something. I don't remember. Anyhow, the little RBA tank. It leaked like a sieve. Of course, anybody with a pair of good eyes, at least as good as my old blind ass, could have told that from the get-go. But by just looking at it before you ever even bought it. But I put a different O-ring on mine, and I got the leak fixed. No biggie. But I never could really get it to give me enough flavor. It was a little lacking on flavor. And I don't know why. It should have gave pretty good flavor. Yeah, the vessel. That's what it was. The vessel. And now they did come out with that other one that was a mesh, and I kind of wanted to try it, but for some reason I never did get my hands on one. But I did want to kind of try it because it was mesh. And it should have coughed up some flavor. I was really surprised on that other one. In fact, I might give it another run and just keep trying different coil configurations because, it's a gravity, if I remember right, I think it's gravity feed. It's a drip down, liquid gravity feed down type deal. And so far, I really like those. They keep the wick saturated to the point I like it, which is just a hair from being flooded. That's where I really like mine. And but just never did. I never did get good impressed. Well, Josh, I mean, I got a bunch that, I mean, there's a bunch of them that you got to, really bump up your coil to ever get some flavor out of them. You got to go with a real Clapton or at least a fused Clapton a lot of times. I got a lot of tanks like that. Yeah, the dental floss was a good fix, Neil. That just basically, it just took up some space and made that seal uh, come out a little more. The seal was the problem. Of course, the whole really design right down there was the problem. If they'd have put the exact same seal and design that they did at the top of the tank, or the top of the RBA section, at the bottom, they'd have never had a problem. Now, why they, what? I mean, I'm not an engineer, but I could plainly see that from the get go. It's like, what the hell, Now, maybe it was a matter of cost, but, I guarantee you they got more shit from that thing leaking like a sieve than the cost problem, I guarantee you they had a bigger problem from it leaking than they did, because they ended up having to, like I say, give you new seals or, this, that, and another. So, yeah, end up cost you more in the long run. But hey, what can I say? It's the type of world we're living in. There's Cameron. How you doing, buddy? He dropped by to chat with us today. I appreciate that. But yeah, that damn tofu disposable. It looks like a goddamn uh uh. Pop it back up. A bottle of juice. I mean, it's like, wow, come on, really? it blows my mind. It really does. The shit they come out with. Yeah, I did get into what would be the proper word for it? Good question. Don't know. Let me tell you the story. Okay, so I finally decided. It's amazing what little what little you have to do to encounter a Karen or a Kevin. Okay, and if anybody watching this is named Karen or Kevin, I apologize. I wasn't the one that came up with this. Okay, but it's amazing how little you have to do in your life to encounter one of them. I'm telling you, they're breeding like these rabbits I got out here. Okay. So I finally decided, okay, I'm going to sell my drag racing stuff, my 2 bikes and everything that goes with the bikes. I'm going to keep the trailer, the race trailer, because it's a 2-wheel trailer. It's a nice trailer, and I could have a use for it maybe sometime in the future. But anyhow, between my hip, my back, my elbows, come on, what? Now, why did the camera go out of focus? Wake the hell back up. There we go. That'd be the only time I'd get the reason I'd buy another camera is something that'll autofocus faster and better. Pixels, I mean, resolution I don't really care about, but the speed on the focus would be better. But anyhow, finally decided, okay, there's no way I'm ever going to drag race again. You know, let's sell some of this stuff. Been sitting here, I don't know, 15 years, 10, 15 years, something like that. Just been sitting. A lot of it's in storage. Well, I call it storage. I say storage. To me, storage is it's in a tote and it's on a shelf. Now, whether it's in my garage or whether it's, you know, I have an extra building out here it's piled in, or whether I'm paying rent on a storage space in town, which I don't. I've got all my stuff stored in my garage. Storage that's storage, okay? It's put up. It's in a container. It's put up. It's out of sight. It's out of mind. It's in storage. Okay. Anyhow, so I get back on Facebook, which I got off Facebook a long time ago. So I've gotten back on Facebook, not just for this, but recently, but having to do with the farmer's market that I sell my stuff at in the summertime. But anyhow, so I get on Facebook. I find some groups where they sell used drag bikes and used drag bike parts. Okay. It's one of them you have to join too. You can't just, you know, hop on there. It's not a deal. You got to apply to join, and okay, you can join. All right. And so anyhow, I said, well, let's just see if there's an interest, if there's anybody with an interest for what I got. Okay, so I made just a simple little like classified ad, which, you know, it's kind of like one of them. It's like a for sale group in Facebook. You know, it's like classifieds used to be in the newspaper. So I just put text, you know, and what I was wanting to sell, because I've got two bikes, and one was my spare bike. If my big bike broke, because most of the time I was running the NHRA points series, Sportsman Points series, whereas even if you just showed up and you made one pass, whether you know, even if you lost, you got so many points. Okay, well, if you're way up in the points, or say you're leading the points and your bike breaks, you can get overtaken right quick. But if you just show up and make a pass or whatever, do your best, you don't drop so far in points, you know. So anyhow, my first drag bike I ever built, that was my spare, and my big bike was the one I normally ran. Well, if it broke, I'll run this older bike. And they were totally different bikes. Design, everything was totally different on them. So anyhow, I had done backs when I still lived in Kentucky. And I decided, okay, I haven't freshened the motor up on this spare bike in forever. So I'm going to freshen it up. I think I'll repaint it while I got it apart. So I took it out. I took it apart, completely apart. And I was sandblasted the parts I was going to repaint. And right in the middle of that process is when we decided to move out here. And I hadn't drag raced since. I hadn't drag raced since. And due to health issues, I probably never will again. But anyhow, it's all apart. That's what I put on the ad. You know, it was a KZ Kawasaki engine, okay, and KZ 1000 engine, 1265 kit, you know, long block, which includes everything but carburetors, exhaust, and ignition, you know, but disassembled. Okay, and you know, I asked $400, all I wanted for it. So you know, It ain't doing me no good. It's been sitting out there for 10 years now. Let's let somebody else have it. Anyhow, $400. Okay, so I start getting comments, replies. This one guy, have you got any pictures? Okay, legitimate. Ask. Okay. So I commented, I can have some pictures. I'll have pictures in a couple of days. Because the reason I only posted this ad just to see if there was an interest. It wasn't a legit deal. I mean, a real full blown ad. And but anyhow, I replied to his comment that yeah, it'll take me a couple of days. Everything is in storage. Okay. I didn't see anything wrong with that. His reply back, well, that sounds kind of fishy. Really? Really? You fucking keyboard warrior wannabe? You gonna question my integrity just because I tell you that shit's in storage and if you want pictures, give me a day or two? Really? Well, hold my beer. You're dealing with the wrong person. So what did I do? We just made a fucking video. Yeah. You messing with the wrong guy here. You want pictures? No, we're going to do a video. We're going to show you the parts, and we're going to call your happy ass out. Because you're dealing with the wrong person. I got 3 YouTube channels. I'm not scared of the camera. I will get in front of the camera. I will call you out. So that's what we did. And after that, it was amazing how many people replied to that saying that's the way all ads should be. In other words, videos, not just pictures. So that's what I'm doing now. Every time, and surprisingly, I don't understand it, but surprisingly, nobody really wanted the whole motor for $400. They didn't want the whole motor for $400. Okay, no problem. You want this transmission for $200? Oh yeah. You want these cams for $100? Yeah. You want this cylinder or jugs, depending on what you call them, and piston set for $200? Yeah. Okay. Could have had the whole goddamn thing for $4. But hey, I wasn't the one that taught you math, so okay. I had to take a box to town up to the UPS store today, send it off to a guy in Wisconsin. Still hadn't got any real interest, you might say, in the big bike that's complete. But it's not race ready because it's been sitting so long. But all it needs is the normal stuff. Half the stuff it needs, you would need every spring when you got ready to get it ready to race. So anyhow, but I hadn't got it. But it's not cheap. It's not going to be cheap. I asked $5,000 for it, and I really want $4,000. But how people are these days. I'm not this way. In fact, it does bother me. Because you always got to raise your price so you can come down, so they think they get a better bargain. And I do the real thing. I hate the game. I don't hate the player. I hate the game because that game, I hate it. I despise it. And but you got to kind of do it. It's like, what. But anyhow, we had a. It's just amazing how what little you have to do, or how to get to encounter a damn Karen or a Kevin. It's just like they're around every corner. It's amazing these days. It really is. I had to try something right quick. Okay. I thought my chat had went dead. I thought my chat had went dead. It wouldn't surprise me a bit. Because it's hard to tell. I can flip back down here and get a little pop up of the YouTube live, the YouTube deal, but there's such a delay. I'd have to watch it for at least 20 to 30 seconds before that catches up. It looks like our internet connection's a little better than it was when we first started. Well, Adrian, that's how you tell if you're dealing with a real Texan, because he's going to tell you a story, okay? He ain't going to let you leave without telling you a story. That's how you tell if you're dealing with a real Texan. You was either engrossed or you were bored out of your mind. And then I'm dealing with another guy, and I'm trying to be nice. I try to be fair and nice. And it's one item that I had for sale. In fact, the one I took up to the UPS store this morning. Well, I put it up. Well, there was a whole lot of interest in it, boy. And people just started, I'll buy it, I'll buy it, I'll buy it, I'll buy it. Well, to me, the only way to be fair, excuse me, was to take the very first one, whoever posted the quickest, whoever said, I'll buy it the fastest. The number one, he got first pick choice. Okay. Now, if that fell through for some reason, okay, then the next guy down, whoever, said he would do it second, and then on down the line. And I had about 7 of them saved. And I was nice. I even replied to their comments, because I told on the ad, I said, PM me if you're interested. Okay, so that's what they did. And, I told them at what place in line they were, and, I kept about 7. Just surely somebody within the 7 wouldn't have a problem. But sure enough, the first guy, it all worked out, and his box is on its way. But had just one guy, that guy, always there's always that guy. Give me a list of what all you're going to sell. I might buy it all. Okay. So the next thing I was going to sell, I went ahead and made the little video, because I wasn't going to just take pictures. That's out. We're doing videos now. So I did the little video, but I didn't post it to the group. I shot it to him, and I asked him if he was interested. Oh, yeah, I'm interested. What about this piece and this piece? Okay, well, one of the pieces is going to take a little more explaining, than it'd be just easier for me to do it over the phone than it would in a video. So I give him my phone number. I told him, this is going to take a little more in depth. Here's my number. Give me a call. Well, he couldn't at the moment. So I'm going to give him today. I messaged him back, put little question marks, and I'll give him today. If he don't call me, which he hadn't yet, today or tonight, I'm going to post it on
I'm gonna go ahead and make the post. I mean, I told him I'd give him first shot. I gave him first shot, and he's. So it sounds like to me he was a fake high roller, and I used to encounter them uh, all the time, and they were almost. They might have been what started the Karens and the Kevin species were the fake high rollers. So they talk a big game, but when it comes time to pony up that money, I used to have when I encountered the public more, and I had a normal job and whatnot. I used to one of my favorite pastimes, believe it or not. I'd always have a wad of cash in my pocket, and it would go from 500 to 1,000, and that'd have a wad of cash. Well, you always get these people that like to talk shit. Okay. Well, they make some outrageous remark or say something that was totally ludicrous and claim it was a fact. Just reach in, pull out that wad, start peeling off hundreds and say, well, okay, how much are we going to put on this? And by the way, so-and-so over here, he'll be holding the money. I said, now, how much are we going to put on this? And, oh, my God, it would piss those people off so bad. And, of course, they shut the hell up. But they wouldn't go put their money where their mouth was. I used to love doing that. I really did. I shouldn't have. Maybe I'm a bad person. I might burn in hell for it, but I enjoyed the shit out of it. Now, has anybody noticed how fast the shooting down the weather balloon story went away? Poof. I mean, that shit evaporated faster than water does out here in the middle of summer. It's amazing how fast they bury some of that shit. Absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing. What is my? Let's see how my. Let's have a vape off my feb. Good vape. See, it's got that drop down or gravity flow. What the hell? I forget the damn proper term for that. But the wicking, where the wicking just sets. I mean, the juice just sets on top of the coil. And if you look at it, I was totally wrong, because the first time I looked at that, somebody do that, and it's like, well, that thing's got a flood. Well, it don't. So, in fact, it saturates the wick just perfectly for me. I've been vaping on this thing for a long time now. And it ain't never flooded once. Now, I'll tell you what it did do. And I've had this happen. What was that other tank it happened on? It would, if you wasn't careful. It was from DigiFlavor or Geek Vape DigiFlavor. There's a GTA style. Oh yeah, they done switched over to that. The origin of the big C,
They done, you know, yeah, how many years down the road? Now y'all worried about it? But yeah, I've seen that, Adrian. They done switched over to that. But anyhow, you can on this one get it too full. You got to a liquid. You got to leave a little bit of air. If you don't, it'll like, I don't know if vapor lock's probably not the correct term, but it's probably real close. But it'll actually starve the wicks until you get a little air built up in the top of it, a little air bubble. So, you know, I don't know, vacuum locked, vapor locked, somewhere along in that. But I've got another one, an old GTA style that'll do that if you're not careful. You know what gets me on that, Adrian, is okay, let's say they prove it, which most of us, you know, believe it to begin with. We don't really need proof. We got eyes and we got the ability to make put a couple of thoughts together coherently. But well, okay, what are they gonna do? You know, sanction them? Really? Now they might do like Trump did and bump the tariffs up quite a bit. That would be about the only thing that would really, of course, in reality, that might have a slight effect, but you know they'll just mark their prices up higher to make up for that. You know, and a tariff really only works on a country that a normal country. You know, it's like we're starting to lose our connection a little. I never ran into it on the Berserker, but and I want to. Damn, I can't remember the name of that tank. And I should remember it, but yeah, if you filled it to fill them up to some of them, if you fill them too high, and maybe all of them, if you get them to that point, they may like do that vapor lock or vacuum lock or whatever thing. I think some of them are incapable of it, but there's some that will, and I don't know. Let me get the one down I had that trouble with. What's the name of it? What the hell is it? That ain't it. So when you got too much shit, you can't find what you want. Got to be here somewhere. What was it called? Siren from DigiFlavor or Geek Bait. Oh, yeah, it was a Siren 3 from Geek Bait that I had the trouble with. And, you know, it's just a GTA style. And it was like, well, shit, those Aries are GTA styles. I've never had much trouble out of them doing that. But, and it didn't matter for us when I first encountered it. I said, well, shit, I just put too much cotton in the wicking channels. That's what normally would cause a dry hit. And so I thinned that out, thin that out, thin that out. Okay, it goes along good till then I started noticing it only did it after I filled it. And so that's when I started really investigating it. And sure enough, if you fill it to the moon and no air gap, no air in the top, and it would do that little vapor lock thing. So good here. Why's he sending me this picture? Oh hell. Oh, he doesn't have a this is my neighbor. My neighbor, he done had a damn wreck. Oh wow. Where the hell is he at? Damn. I don't wherever he's at, it is snowing. What's today? No, it's snowing like hell, and he's done wrecked his car. He's off the road. The ass end of his car is all tore up. Let's see. Let me message him right quick. I may have to cut this short and go help him out. Yeah, that's all you got to do, Neil. You just got to get you a little. Seems to once you get your little air bubble going, it doesn't do it anymore for the whole rest of the tank. And I think I've got a. I do. I'm pretty sure I got a Siren 2. There's not a lot of difference between the Siren 3 and the Siren 2, and I don't remember ever having that problem with the Siren 2, but for some reason it seems like that Siren 3 is more apt to do it. But I've never had that happen with. I've never had that happen with any of the other ones except the Feb the other day. And if I hadn't have been so damn, I don't know what the word for it is, not really greedy, but hold on just a second. He's calling. Let me call him right quick. He might need my help. He looked stranded. Hey, buddy. It looks like you shouldn't have left the house.
Yeah, I'd have been okay if I didn't have some idiot that was speeding and didn't see my flash and my brake lights because I'm up here at the pass. I was going to my doctor's appointment. I had bullhead today.
Oh, I thought that was Monday.
Today, and yeah, and we're doing okay. I got up here towards the summit, and then there's about 4 or 5 cars stopped because they were having a little trouble. So I guess someone stopped to do something, and then they couldn't get going again, and then it stopped other people.
Yeah.
And I stopped behind them, waiting to see what was going to happen here. And I looking in my rear mirror, and see some headlights back there about 1/8 of a mile. So all cars are coming. Okay, I started pumping my brake lights, and I'll let them know, hey, we're stopping. There's trouble up here. And then looked again, and shit, the guy looks like he's still coming pretty good. I started pumping again, kept pumping, flashing. and the son of a bitch just kept on. I go, fuck. And I can't get traction at the moment, so I can't get out the way. And at the last minute, he finally sees my flashing lights. And of course, you see I guess the picture came through.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. And if he hadn't moved over, he would have gotten me square.
Yeah.
Probably going about 45.
Damn.
And yeah, he pretty much totaled out my little Pontiac. He's gonna pay for it. He's a resident. He lives in Kingman. But and my shoulder's hurting. My left shoulder.
Yeah.
My neck. And he jarred me real goddamn good.
Yeah, you get hit from the back. It's pretty good. Pretty good.
Oh,
Pretty hard on your neck.
I've already got neck troubles, and this ain't helped. So yeah.
Are you having
I didn't get to have my fish today. I was looking forward to my Long Johns too. Fuck me. I had to postpone my insurance or my doctor appointment. I don't get stuck for a $25 fee because if you don't keep your appointment at the last moment, they zap you for that. Well, I get $25 for that. That's going on the bill too.
Yeah.
Everything's going on the bill. Got a tow truck coming.
Oh, well, I was
getting it through my insurance, but the Highway Patrol had ordered one up.
Oh, okay. Well, I was going to ask you if I needed to come to help you in any way.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Yeah, no, she's not drivable. The rear tire's pushed up against metal there.
Yeah, well,
by the fender, skirting that, and she ain't gonna rotate by. Nothing new. All my tires are new, just a couple months ago. That tow truck's gonna have to yank this up on the bed. It's probably gonna ruin that tire, dragging it. Probably gonna chew it up. Probably. Of course, I can't use it on anything else. A 16-inch.
Yeah. Well, that'll total that old car, though. I guarantee you the insurance will total that.
Oh yeah, this will.
Yeah.
And like typical, you just keep the car anyway, and they pay you.
Yeah, I wouldn't doubt it. As old as that one is, I wouldn't doubt it.
Oh yeah, I mean it's still a good car. She's been running fine. It's a good little to-town car and back and forth. And
yeah.
It's had a lot of life left in it still. But yeah.
I didn't realize it was snowing that much up on the pass. It ain't doing shit out here, but a little bit of light rain.
Yeah, up here there's a good there's a good 3-4 inches.
Oh.
Up here at the pass, yeah, I'm almost to the summit where I'm sitting. Yeah. But yeah, no, I'd have been if these people hadn't got stopped, hell, we'd all gotten through okay. Traffic's going through now. A snow plow's been coming back and forth and doing stuff, so traffic is coming through and going over to Bullhead.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm not gonna go. I don't know who the driver is. I don't know how old he is. I don't know, but I'm not. If I get up there, I'm liable to get upset. Do something I'll regret.
What are you talking about? The people that stopped originally?
Well, one that hit me, they're up about 200 feet up in front of me in the highway to the left.
Okay. Well, make sure you get all their info.
Oh yeah, officer did that already on these forms.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, he gave me copies of the accident report and then the information of the other driver.
Hope they had insurance.
Says Allstate on there and doesn't expire until May, a couple of months. So I don't know what kind of, better have some decent coverage because it's going to cost them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got this neck trouble I already have, and this didn't help it. It's aggravated it more. And my left shoulder is bothering me up towards the neck. It's sore, hurting.
Well, I don't know how all that works, but wouldn't it be better to go have it looked at today?
Yeah, I didn't. Not sure. I mean, if it's not an emergency situation, I'm not in dire straits to where I'm in agony or nothing. It's just an ache,
Well, I just mean
feeling, but
I just mean to get it documented.
Yeah, and my doctor's office, I always have to make a damn appointment. I don't know if going to quick care would suffice or not. That would be the fastest way.
Well, it'd be on record.
Yeah.
And because, you know, what they're probably going to do is
idea.
send you over to get x-rays. You know, that's probably what they're going to do. I mean, they're not going to like make a diagnosis. They're just going to send you for x-rays.
Yeah.
Well, how are you getting home? You got that figured out?
Well, hopefully I just ride with a tow truck driver.
Oh, you just going to have him bring it to your house?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I'm the mechanic, so it goes where the mechanic is, and that's me.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
That's where it's going. No sense taking it anywhere. I'd have to go get it some way and get it back.
Yeah.
And it's kind of hard with a tow dolly. I mean, if I towed it backwards, but getting it up on the tow dolly, but no, I'm having them. And I'll be paying for that since they hired out the Highway Patrol truck coming up. So it's not through my insurance, but I got a $200 credit thing or something with my insurance since I have towing that'll apply to it. But yeah, I'm not going to have them pay anything. I'm going to have it all put on these people.
Yeah.
It's their damn fault.
Yeah.
The driver. But anyway, okay. Well, I'll let you go because I got to get out in the snow here again and take another pee in a cup.
All right, man.
All right. We'll talk to you later, Bill.
All right. Bye.
Okay. Bye.
All righty. Sounds like he's having a bad day. Then got ass ended going over the pass. I thought the reason I didn't think he was on the pass because I thought his appointment was Monday. I didn't remember it was today. I thought it was Monday. But that's the pass we were talking about is the mountain range. Because, you know, we're in a valley. So to get out of the valley, you got to go over a mountain range, either west or one way or the other. If you're going west or east, you got to go over a mountain range. And he was going over the mountain range over to the next little town. And I guess it's snowing up there. I mean, that's common. Yeah, he's okay to a degree. But he had been having, he wasn't making it up or anything. He had been having neck trouble. And I think it was from another crash he had years ago, which kind of messed it up. And then, of course, you know how it is. I mean, he's old. He's a little older than I am, you know. And when you get old, all that shit starts coming back to haunt you. And, you know, stuff that's happened in your youth, it starts coming back to haunt you. So, you know, I mean, he wasn't just trying to bamboozle him on that. That was a legitimate deal. I mean, hell, he was on his way to go see a doctor to begin with. That's the reason he was going. But he's got other vehicles to drive, so he won't be afoot. Of course, he could go rent a car anyhow, but he's got other vehicles to drive. He's like me. He's got more vehicles than he wants to keep running. How many have I got? Counting my wife's, me and my wife got 4. The 2 of us, 4 vehicles. I wonder sometimes, you know, they're convenient when one of them breaks down and it takes me a while to fix it. Well, drive this other one until I get this one fixed. But, you know, otherwise they're just a pain in the ass because you got to keep insurance on all of them. You got to keep tags on all of them and all that kind of stuff. Oh, I guess I could do this. I was going to say, see, I don't have this all set up to where I can instantly do the little screen share thing, but we can do this. Let me see if it'll come on the screen. It's going to be white. Yeah, there we go. Yeah. That shows up pretty decent. Yeah, his old Pontiac is, I think that probably killed it. I think that probably killed it right there. He, like me, he does his own work on his own vehicles. And so we both got real old vehicles that we just keep running. You know, we keep them running. Problem is, when you ever have a wreck in one of them, they're going to total it instantly. It's instantly totaled, you know. At least it wasn't his fault. So he'll get a little money out of the deal. Get him another used car. Yeah, Josh, and my problem is, of course, I was an auto tech for 20 years or more, so I kind of know what I'm doing, but I take it to the extreme. I do everything myself in any category, even if I have to learn what the hell I'm doing. I go to the extreme on that DIY stuff. Ooh. Now I'm about to get to the point where I can't, but until I totally get to that point, I'm still going to do it all myself. I was thinking about recently the shingles on my roof kind of need to be replaced. I mean, they're going on 15 years old. And I was thinking I should maybe replace them this spring or fall. And I think I could still do it. It would hurt me. It would hurt physically, but I think I could still do it. And like I say, I'm so far down that rabbit hole, you might say, that I would endure quite a bit of pain rather than have somebody do it. Somebody else do it. I just, Well, Josh, nowadays, I'm playing with you now. Okay, a lot of people don't understand when I'm joking, but nowadays you can get YouTube certified and build your to do things. And there's I joke about it, but I've seen people that was dead serious about it. And I'm going, really? Of course, I didn't interact with those people. I left them alone, but I joke about it, but they were dead ass serious about it, and I ain't got nothing. I mean, there are some really good informative videos on YouTube, and then there's a lot of damn junk. And if you don't know how to tell the difference, you're going to be led down the wrong road right quick. Especially when it comes to stuff that's a little complicated or whatever, or something that you could get in trouble with right quick. you know, get you hurt or something, or end up costing you more money than if you'd have had somebody that knew what the hell they were doing to it. Dry humor, yeah, yeah, Adrian. I've had that trouble. I don't know all my life, but I know I've had it in the last 20 or 30 years because uh, you know, people get pissed off, and I'll look at them. What? So, well, you said so and so. I said, well, I was joking. I was funning with you. What the hell? You know, change your tampon. Goddamn. So I've got to the point where I just don't hardly say anything. And when a lot of these, I have to be real careful when I'm, group of people. And it doesn't matter if I'm online or if I'm, in real life, IRL, as they call it now. uh, and let's say they're, we all know each other, and everybody's just is cutting up, everybody's busting their balls, and I don't know if if it's because they can't tell I'm joking, or I mean, if everybody's busting their balls, wouldn't they think I was just joining in? But or either that or I'm too good at it. I don't know which. But 9 times out of 10, I'll end up really pissing somebody off, and I'm like, well, wait a minute, we were all just joking around. What what the hell's your problem? All right, Josh, we ain't gonna hang around too much longer because I've done spent my content, a little bit of content I had. And I'm not gonna do like Fagan and get on Omegle or whatever the hell it is he does on his show. I, I ain't to that point yet. I'll just end this damn show early. But yeah, we ain't gonna watch people jacking off. No, I ain't gonna do that. You want to do that? Watch his show. Oh, yeah. What am I looking for? That's what I'm looking for. Ah, come on. Come on. There you go. Oh, wait a minute. Help. There we I do so little with this, believe it or not, uh, with social media. I don't know how to really run the software like I should. I think old school. I go the old way about doing something. I'm just texting my wife, telling her about Stan. I'll be right back. I need to go check on the weather. Let me see what it's doing out here. Well, it's kind of snowing out here pretty heavy right now, but it ain't sticking whatsoever. If you don't see it while it's falling, you don't know it's snowing, but it's snowing pretty good. Not sticking. It very seldom sticks out here. And I notice that it very seldom snows out here, and it really does. My wife was trying to decide whether or not she was going to bowl tonight or just come home after work. And we had decided that she had decided she was just going to wait till 5 and make her decision then, whether to come home or go bowling, depending on what the weather was doing. So anyhow, I was just advising her. She don't have to go over a pass to get here, so it's not nearly as bad as what Stan was trying to do. We'll let her make her decision, see what she wants to do. What do we got here? Nothing. He just sent me that same thing again. Guess he meant to send it to somebody else, maybe. Well. Boy, if I was still delivering for FedEx, I'd be having hell. I'll tell you that right now. This would be a bad day. I've had to actually turn around once. I had to turn around because we was way out in the desert, and we were on the kind of the side of a mountain type deal. It was up on the elevation pretty good. And here comes the UPS man. And of course, we get along. We talk to each other. So I stopped. He stopped. He was coming back in. I was going out. And at the moment, the road was just wet. Dirt road now, not bad pavement. He said, don't even try to go any further. He said, you ain't going to make it. I said, oh, okay. So I eased on up to the next little hill where I could see the next little small valley. And sure enough, he was right. It was covered. I said, nope. Yep, we're turning around. I took a picture, sent it to my boss. I said, nope, it's no go today. He said, okay. When you're 20 miles down a dirt road, you look at things a little differently. You always assume ain't nobody else gonna come down that road, and you're on your own. And I always had plenty of water with me and whatnot, because the summer out here is when you got to worry about it, getting stranded. And
But you know, and the boss I had, he was real cool, you know, about it. He, you know, if you said you couldn't make it down the road, well, then that was the gospel. He didn't care, didn't argue. And if the customer complained, he didn't give a shit. He was pretty cool. Of course, you know, one of the bad things out here, I had the same problem in Texas. Not so much in Kentucky, but for sure Texas, because of where I lived there in Texas. You know, it snowed very, very, very seldom. People didn't know how to drive on it whatsoever, and they just, you know, pile ups left and right, and the same thing happens out here. Even though, like I say, you know, it snows way up on the mountain, but there's nobody where it snowed. Where, in other words, we couldn't see it today for the clouds, but you know, up on the peaks, nobody lives up there. There's no roads up there, so it's no big deal, you know. But when you get down here in the valleys and it comes to snow, well, it does it, you know, so seldom. People don't know how to drive on it. Of course, I don't think people know how to drive like they used to anyhow. But that's just the way it goes. Well, I tell you what, folks, I think we're going to call it quits for today. We've rambled on now for almost an hour and a half with no content whatsoever besides the excitement we get from the crashes. I should have a camera up there on that pass. That would be exciting. That would be something to watch. On both sides of that pass. But thanks everybody for coming in. And thanks for participating in the chat. Thanks for watching the show. Give a thanks out to the people that watch the replays. And like I say, don't, you know, if you know, feel free to comment on the replays if you want. I treat it just like a normal YouTube video. You know, I read the comments, I reply. And if you're, you know, if you're a Karen or an asshole, I delete your comment. You know. But thanks everybody for coming in. I don't know if I'll be on. I'll be in the chat on Chuck's show tonight or not. But we'll have to wait and see how it goes. Hell, I may not even have internet by then. So at the moment, I see no reason why we won't have another show next week. So same bat time, same bat channel. Thanks everybody for coming. See you later.